I hear you. Like, Igal, how much of what Sada just said do you agree with? Another poor night for you. Could Chelsea be the final now in the coffin? Over to you, Igal.
I think it's a massive overreaction. And I think you guys need to relax. Respect the opponent that we just faced. We faced a team that's better than us, and they played better than us.
They made five changes, the girl.
1 second. It doesn't fucking matter. You guys are the first people. You guys are the first people to sit here. You guys go off camera. Leave. Let me say my bit. Inter Milan were a better team than us. Inter Milan had a better setup than us. Inter Milan played with 3 at the back and their wing backs, and they pinned us back. We weren't able to use our attackers for the first 20 minutes. Whatever they wanted, they could get. They were quick. They could counter quickly. Now, when it came to the fact that they got the goal, it didn't matter how they got the goal. They got the goal. I'm not complaining about the penalty. I did think Mikel Merino got punched in the head, and that could have been a penalty, but fair enough. If they think the goalkeeper touched the ball, no complaints on the penalty. But Inter Milan were the better team. Inter Milan played better than us, and tactically they outclassed us. You guys can sit here and say, yes, we were not good. We were not good creatively. We were not good setting up goals. We were not good.
That's tonight's game you were watching.
Yeah. We were not good overall. Even though we had 21 shots, and in the second half they gave us majority of the ball. Inter Milan were the better team, and they played like it. And this is why this was a team that was a Champions League finalist recently. This is why this is a team that's won league titles recently. And I think we came into this game, especially Saad, and we came into this game disrespecting Inter Milan, thinking we were going to walk all over them, and that there was this other team. And really and truly, we have to look and evaluate how we're going to view the Champions League, because Inter Milan are going to be a serious contender for this Champions League title. And the way we're playing right now, we don't look like we're serious contenders for the Champions League, and we don't look like we're serious contenders for the league. We need a serious, massive performance from the boys against Chelsea. Pressure's on. Odegaard hopefully can return, and that's going to be a massive boost. As for chances where we could have scored, set pieces being our only threat is annoying. Set pieces is a good equalizer, but if it's your only piece of your team that's effective,
I get you. Can I stop you for a minute, because I want to go back to a point you made, because I want to get some more clarity on it. When you say people are overreacting at the start,
they're disrespecting Inter Milan.
Hang on, please let me finish my question. But then go on and say that we don't look like winning any major trophies. How can it be an overreaction from Arsenal fans if you don't think you look like winning the major trophies either?
1 second. The energy off the back of this game, you would think we lost to Burnley or Brighton. We lost to Inter Milan. 1 second.
Because you're not being genuine here, because you know what this reaction's about. This reaction's not about the Inter game, my guy.
Okay,
we've lost 3 games out of the last 4. What are you talking about?
I understand that. Bro. I understand that. We're in a rut. I get it. But going away from this game, I do think we're going to have a better performance versus Chelsea, a team that is way more open in the back. We just faced one of the best defensive teams in the world. As much as you guys want to talk about their rotation and their changes, their manager and that team is drilled and is very good defensively. Stop thinking we face some Joe Schmo team. You guys seen Man City lose to Sporting last night. You guys seen Man City lose last night. We're in the Champions League. Guys are ranting and raving about a 1-0 Champions League defeat like we got battered 4-5-0 to Bayern. Relax.
But Gal, you're being a bit disingenuous, and I'll tell you why, right? If we took 4 of our starting players out of that, 4 essential players out of our squad, and we played Inter Milan at home, yeah, you would be looking at it the same way we spoke about Liverpool when we had our injuries and Gabriel and Timber came off. We sat here and we all said Liverpool should have stuck it to us. They should have taken advantage, right? That was the argument we all said here. So why are you changing the goalposts here? Because the reality is that Inter rested a good portion of their team. That is why we're disappointed on top of our overall form over the last few weeks. So when you put those 2 facts, when you take them 2 facts into consideration, they did not. This is not the Inter Milan where they brought out all their hitters and we've gone there and we've lost to a first team Inter Milan team, and that can happen, right? That's not the case. We lost to their B team. We lost to players that they are resting for their. Well on. They have brought in certain players that are are their second-rate players because they have a title match against Napoli, right? A title deciding against Napoli on the weekend. That is a fact.
Okay.
If you're telling me if we took out Saliba, right? If we took out who else is it? You take out Odegaard, you take out another extra 2 players, then we go play in Milan, we beat them. We'll be saying, how can they not be our B team? Everyone will be sitting there flexing. So why? Let's not do the. Let's not do the.
You know what we're doing? We're doing what PSG did after we beat them. We're reacting the same way. There was the PSG guy came on the terrace and he was acting like he was ashamed, he was embarrassed, he was disgusted by his team's performance and how they lost to Arsenal. But we've lost in a closer manner. In a game, yes, they rotated. Yes, they used squad depth. Thing that you guys speak about, we should do. We should rotate. Credit to them. They showed that they have a squad that they trust. They showed that they have players, and I'm giving them respect. I feel like you guys are not respecting our opponent. We're in the Champions League. We're facing one of the best teams in Europe, one of the top 5 teams, favorites to win the competition, and we're acting like we just lost to Burnley. I get it. We've dropped points in our last couple games in the league, and now coming off the back of this, it looks like one point out of our last 4 games in all competitions. I get it. It's not good. It's very bad.
But
the reaction to this game is more to do with that than it is the actual game itself. Because the game itself was close.
I'm not sitting there saying I'm disgusted, but the reality is that you're not applying the context. We had the majority of the ball. What did we do with that ball? Which has been a continual issue for us, right? So that's that's why we're sitting here disgruntled. We're not sitting here saying, how can we lose to Inter Milan? They're a shit team. The reality is that Inter Milan rotated. Second half, we had all of the ball. What did we do with the ball? What is the manager doing with the squad? Why is Odegaard? Why is Trossard playing out of position? Why is one player being injured disrupted our whole entire flow?
You want to know something? I'm not questioning you there. I agree with you there. I mentioned some of those things, but I'm just saying, off the back of what Saad said and off the back of the energy that I came into the stream with, I feel like this was a narrow defeat. Yes, Inter outclassed us, but we've seen this before. We've done it to other teams. We've done this ourselves to other teams. There's games where the other team's not going to score. They're struggling, and that's where we're pissed off. I get it. But from the perspective of our opponent, the way we're speaking, we're not respecting Inter Milan.
Egal, shall I tell you why I'm angry? And you'll hear it from Footy Judge Mo when he speaks. Because Inter Milan were dog shit today and they outclassed us. They were shit. He'll tell you they were shit.
You know
their good player was what's his name? Who's the centre back, man?
Bisek.
He's
not even a starter.
He's not even a starter.
Let me tell you, Gal, why it's not overreaction. Because you haven't won in about 4 games: Bournemouth, Liverpool, and Newcastle, and now Inter. And if you don't win against Newcastle, that's the definition of a crisis. For Inter, our manager literally in the press conference said, I am literally focused on the weekend. This is a nothing game for me. I want to win and everything, but that's a nothing game for me. That's not disrespecting Arsenal, as Saad says. It's literally just bigger fish to fry. He's convinced that he has to win the league. That's why he rested the players. And the fact that when we went 1-0 up and defended and all you had was set pieces, the problem is, and we said that after the Spurs game, if set pieces don't work, what is the solution? And the problem, we have been seeing this for Arsenal for the longest time. When you open up, you can see chances. When you don't get set pieces and you don't score set pieces, what is the alternative? Arsenal were literally doing cross on inshallah today, which is a lot of other teams, smaller teams do, because we gave you the spaces. You were not dangerous. Like it was 14 corners, right? And yes, you are very good in these corners thing that people talk about. But at the end, you know what I mean? If they don't work, what is the other solution? The only chance that felt to have it was a deflection from a shit cross that our guy cleared it wrong. And it felt to have, that doesn't happen often. You're not going to rely on this. No creativity, right? Nothing other than just cross on inshallah, relying on set pieces, nothing. And by the way, all I'm going to tell you is that if we had our players and it was 0-0 in the first half and we had the Barellas and the Hakan on the pitch together and Thuram, your defense were not that strong. By the way, we bypass your defense, your midfield many times. That's why Dumfries, if he passed the ball across, by the way, and he had shooting boots, right, and he was a better player, it would have been 2-0. You forgot that. We were right behind your midfield and back line many times. For me, listen, I know this is like we're more talking about Arsenal. Inter, for me, this game, literally 1-0, I'm just gonna sit back. Right? What you did against Spurs, and you raved about it, but you're 1-0. You raved. You went on the football terrace after the Spurs and said, "Oh my God, brilliant masterclass, Arteta masterclass."
And I'm giving you credit though.
The problem is about your team. Your team today was cross on Inshallah. Was the only player, to be honest with you, that was dangerous today is Saka. And Inzaghi, what he did, okay, basic and Darmian marked this guy, force him to cross with the right foot. Okay, khalas. It's over, bro.
Sure.
It's over. You're gonna tell me Odegaard is gonna solve everything? Maybe, maybe not. We have seen this before against Chelsea. And by the way, what if Maresca learns from this and defends deep and play transition football as well?
They don't have the capabilities to defend.
You're assuming that, but
No,
you're
because of the 1 second.
Okay, Newcastle did it with Dan Burn. Egal. Livramento, Lewis Hall, Dan Burn, and Fabian Schär did it.
But the difference is Sanchez is one of the worst goalkeepers in the league.
You're going in the game relying on a goalkeeper mistake. Is that what is the plan now?
No, I'm saying he is susceptible to mistakes, and he's given away more goals than any goalkeeper over the last 2 years.
Okay,
so their defense it has many holes.
This is a better reason for Maresca to drop deep. Where is your creativity coming from? Where is today, bro? I think in the second half you had 75% position. You didn't even shoot from outside, bro. You don't have even the people to shoot from outside, bro. You literally don't.
Martin Odegaard and Ethan one of them should have played. Leandro Trossard should not have played. I understand the frustration, guys. I'm not sitting here saying everything is perfect, lovely, doubly. Okay. I'm just simply saying it was a narrow defeat. And yes, we did not play well, but at the same time, if you want to say near chances,
so you're proud of the defeat?
1 second, I'm not proud of no defeat. I'm simply saying it's being blown out of proportion. The way people are speaking, this was a better performance than we had in the previous game versus Newcastle. We did not create to the level where we want to because we had a donut hole in the middle. Arteta needs to learn from this and play either Ethan or Odegaard against Chelsea. We cannot go with Leandro Trossard and Havertz in the middle anymore.
I'm gonna let other people talk, but you don't think this is exactly the Newcastle game, guys? This is exactly the Newcastle. It's kind of very similar.
This was better than the Newcastle.
Similar, yeah, it's similar, but he's a coward. Is the problem? He's a coward. He's not stepping up. He's not playing plays where they need to be played. Why is he like we saw it against Newcastle? He's moving Havertz into midfield. We saw the first 6 months of last season. We all complained about Havertz in midfield. So why are we going back to that? What? Because Odegaard's injured. Where is the plan B? Can you coach? Right, when things go wrong, this is where you need to earn your money. This is where you need to find solutions.
I hear you on that. Jason, do you agree with Nathan there that Arteta has been a coward?
100%, man. I've been saying this all season. Oh, you're lucky that I didn't come to the Newcastle stream because I was fuming. Like I was in the pub, but like honestly, it's similar to Newcastle game. There's no creativity. There's no plan B at this squad as well. Like literally, transfer window kind of just ruined everything. Honestly, this whole season we were playing haram football. Like phase 5, we have Marino, Partey, and Declan Rice as a midfield. That's shambolic, man. There's no creativity out there whatsoever. This game, honestly, we just basically like crossing. Hope the final man gets into the box and scores, but there's nothing there. There's no plan B whatsoever. Ethan should have started. Ethan or either Odegaard should have like came on here and there earlier to create that. It's just cowardice, man. Arteta is being a coward whatsoever. Like honestly, I had enough.
Mate, listen, I do hear you on that. Before I go any further, I just want to say big shout out to our title sponsors tonight, NordVPN. You got to protect yourself online, ladies and gentlemen, especially you young men. You got to protect yourself online, especially with some of the dodgy websites. I know some of you go on a couple of times a day. You can get it now very, very cheap. 4 months extra for free on our 2-year plan. But the bit I use it for is the geolocation. I use Setanta Sport to get all of my football, Premier League, Champions League, Carabao Cups on there, all the UFC as well for $3.99 a month. So if you sign up to NordVPN, we'll do you a really good deal. On top of that, geolocation when it comes to getting your football, we use Setanta Sport. But one of the biggest reasons to have protection online, I'll be honest with you, if you don't pay your internet bill, and there's a lot of you that probably don't, when you go incognito, the bill payer can still see what you're doing. You must use a VPN if you don't want people seeing what you're doing online. Just want to put that out there. I'm not saying you're doing anything too dodgy, but we know it gets lonely sometimes at night and winter's coming. Protect yourself online by getting signed up. Now, we're going to go to some